Hello and welcome to Newsroom series today with our focus on the Southwest region. I'm Olumide Macaulay. Thank you for joining us. In a bid to ensure enhanced transparency and accountability in infrastructure improvement, the Lagos State government has announced plans to launch the Telecommunication Infrastructure Regulatory System in 2026. This was conceived and rather convened in a statement issued and signed by the General Manager of Lagos State Infrastructure Maintenance Regulatory Agency, Mr. Oyekomi Elegushi, noting that the system will help to ensure all telecommunication infrastructure deployments in the state adhere to established regulations and standards. Mr. Elegushi says the TRS launch will take place in February 2026 and is designed to streamline the permit application process for telecom infrastructure projection within Lagos State. The LASIMRA General Manager also says the initiative represents a significant milestone in optimizing permit processes and enhancing regulatory compliance within the state. The implementation of the telecommunication infrastructure regulatory system is expected to significantly enhance transparency and accountability, minimizing human interaction by 90%. Meanwhile, the Lagos State government has also taken another major step towards a cleaner, more sustainable city by signing a series of memoranda of understanding with private sector partners to advance recycling, waste conversion, and circular economy initiatives. The agreement, sealed through the Lagos Waste Management Authority, marks a bold step in transforming Lagos waste landscape, turning waste streams into resources while creating green jobs and promoting environmental sustainability. The State Commissioner for Environment and Water Resources, Mr. Tokunbo Wahab, says the MOU signed is pushing forward Lagos State vision of a circular economy where materials are reused, resources are recovered, and the environment is preserved for future generations.
We just signed 3 MOUs, and they are trying to address the same issue. Make Lagos cleaner in a more sustainable and eco-friendly manner. One of them had to do with used tires that had reached the end of their lifespan, and then the other had to do with those non-recyclable waste, and then the third one. But the 3 speaks to the same thing: a more sustainable, eco-friendly Lagos. We are trying to make people change the culture and not see waste as waste, but waste as resource. We're also trying to shift a mindset and a practice that has been done for decades. That's the linear waste system, where you pick and dump, to a more sustainable, eco-friendly system, where the quantum of waste that ends on the landfill will be very, very, very minimal. And that's what we're doing. Now, we've also tried to address the issue of the PSP operators. We can't run away from that big elephant in the room. They are challenged economically, facility-wise, and stuff. And in the past few weeks, we've had high-level meetings with them. The governor had met with them. We had met with them as a ministry. We are trying to take the issues head on. Loma also has been trying to intervene for them. And then where there are key issues that have to do with fleet renewal and everything, we are addressing those issues simultaneously. And thankfully, Loma is intervening. We've agreed on their pricing, and then now we are going to arrange for a proper intervention for them financially. Look, truth is, 3 years ago, there was a negotiation with the PSP operators, and there was a cap on the rates they can charge. Between then and now, a lot had happened. The regulation of the downstream sector, the regulation of the forex system, this affected their own practices and businesses too. But thankfully, we have addressed them, and then notice past few weeks it has remarkably improved. Also, because we're also trying to decommission Olushosu and Solos 3. So which meant we have to open up other flags as landfill in Badagry and Ekwe. So we have had arrangements and conversations with them. Those that are ready to go that far will be paid much more than the others are being paid, whilst we push to see how we entrench those new dump system practices.
Away from Lagos State, the Ogun State government has assured residents of its resolve towards the completion of the ongoing critical road infrastructure towards deepening socio-economic development, attracting more investors, and promoting ease of doing business. State Commissioner for Works and Infrastructure, Ade Akinsoya, made the promise while on an inspection of some of the ongoing road projects.
Ogun State in southwest Nigeria boasts of being one of the fastest growing economies in the country, with growth rising from 3.5 trillion naira in 2019 to 16 trillion naira in 2025. The state government is confident that the growth reflects the state's deliberate efforts to improve infrastructure, basic amenities, and the revitalization of tourism. As part of efforts to keep up the momentum, the state government is rehabilitating existing roads and constructing new ones across several communities. Some of these roads include the 8.17-kilometer Magboro-Makogi Road and the 70-kilometer Abeokuta-Shango Road, where equipment and men have been deployed to address the area's long-standing challenge of waterlogging. Speaking during an inspection of the ongoing projects, the Commissioner for Works, Ade Akisoya, appeals to residents to be patient as the projects form part of the state government's broader commitment to expanding durable infrastructure across Ogun State.
This is one of the ongoing projects. It's a little bit more than 8 kilometers. It goes to Matogun. So this is the beginning. This is the side road to the bridge. It's on both sides. Previously, this area was totally impassable. So instead of using asphalt, we've changed it to paving stone. So during the rainy season, it will be easier to walk with and move. So issue of pothole will be significantly reduced. And so that we address that issue. Unfortunately, because of the terrain, that side has been completed. This side is, the slip road on this side is not yet finished. So, but more than 50% of this has been done. So, and the U-turn also is ongoing.
The project manager, Jason Zhang, commends residents for their cooperation and gives assurances that the roads will be delivered according to specifications and within the agreed timeline.
People living around here and the motorists who are using this road knows that we are trying. With the support of Ministry of Works and the state government. And, we just gone through the rainy season. Thank God the dry season is coming. And we are very optimistic and positive that this route will soon be finished within several months of the dry season.
Residents are excited about the prospect that upon completion of these projects, there will be a significant ease of vehicular traffic, improvements in businesses, and overall aesthetics of the communities.
It's what all of us have been craving for. We have been craving for it. You can see our car. When we buy a car, this is the fourth car I'm using in this very place. So we buy, the whole thing will be damaged. But now that the road is being built, we are very happy about it.
Although they are trying now, this road supposed to have undergone all this thing for a very long time, but they just abandoned it. But now it is okay. It is a welcome idea, and they just afterwards put a good work on it and fast track it.
Road infrastructure is a critical part of the present administration's agenda aimed at improving socio-economic development of the state, with over 1,000 kilometers of road being constructed and reconstructed across the 3 senatorial districts.
Also in Ogun State, members of the Nigerian Medical Association have thrown their full weight behind the ongoing industrial action by the Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors, as they called on the federal government to immediately clear all outstanding arrears and address critical issues affecting medical workers. Speaking during a press briefing at their state secretariat in Abeokuta, the state capital, the state chairman of the NMA lamented that only one of NARD's 19 demands had been met by federal authorities. The NMA also called for urgent intervention to address decaying hospital infrastructure, poor welfare, and the mass exodus of medical professionals. The issues it warned are crippling Nigeria's healthcare system.
We therefore appeal to the federal government to treat all these demands as a matter of national urgency, as their prompt implementation is critical to ending the ongoing industrial action by resident doctor and restoring industrial harmony within the health sector. We urge the Federal Ministry of Health and Social Welfare, the Federal Ministry of Labour and Employment, and all relevant stakeholders to view these demands not as agitation, but as a call to rescue Nigeria's failing health system. We also appeal to the public for patience and understanding as doctors advocate not only for fair treatment, but for preservation of quality of health care for all in Nigeria. The NMA Ogun State branch reiterates its unwavering support for NAD and its leadership and call for decisive government action to address the 19-point demands in the interest of the nation.
While residents and patients have continued to express concern over the impact the strike will have on medical services statewide.
It was very bad because I came this morning to complain and they said they will reverse me to another hospital. So I'm waiting for the doctor. She gave me some letters to give them at another hospital that they will attend to me there. They said because of the strike.
It's all about the life of people that the doctors and the government are putting in danger, because a lot of people there are the sick bed, which they're supposed to be attended to, for them to have their health issue cure. But based on the kind of a misunderstanding coming between the government and the doctors, I think this is the rightful time for them to put things in order and let people also enjoy the dividends of being a citizen in this country.
Staying with the health sector, expert neurologists say a new study has revealed that vascular health and lifestyle adjustment have direct links with human memory and cognition. Presenting the result of a research that lasted over a year on the causes of dementia amongst Nigerians, neurologists admit that health risks to the heart, which could be genetic or acquired through lifestyle approaches, have direct impact on the brain health, which could result in expedited aging of the brain and results in many cases in dementia.
A new report by neurologists on health risks to the heart, which could be genetic or acquired through lifestyle approaches, also results in expedited aging of the brain and in many cases leads to dementia. The goal of the study, domiciled at the Institute of Advanced Medical Research and Training, College of Medicine, University of Ibadan, is to contribute to the knowledge and understanding of the neurobiology and mechanisms of vascular cognitive brain disorders in a population of African ancestry. Over the last 3 years, the project, supported by various health associations, enrolled and followed 1,000 adults aged 50 and above living in Ibadan, North Local Government Area of Oyo State. It found high levels of hypertension, elevated cholesterol, diabetes, physical inactivity, and widespread use of non-prescription medicines among participants. About 14% of the individuals showed signs of memory decline.
People who are physically fit had better memory functions. And then we found that people who had diabetes, hypertension, people who were not socially connected, people who were socially isolated, had poorer memory functions. So also people who are taking non-prescription medicine. Of course, there were also some traditional findings in the sense that memory function was worse in women than men, and memory function was worse in people who were older than younger individuals.
The research also shows that fitness levels decline with age, and women were found to have slightly lower levels of physical fitness, which is a biological marker linked to memory problems.
Activity, linking up with your community, being a useful part of the world controlling hypertension if it exists, eating well, not eating burgers.
Some of the experts urge the government to encourage public awareness campaigns about healthy living, bolster community and hospital health screening programs, and improve economic conditions to enable individuals purchase wholesome food.
National Orientation Agency and some other NGOs and government agencies, they should take it up as their own responsibilities to encourage people to always check their health status and to encourage people to always exercise and to eat well. And the government too should make sure that they take care of the welfare of the people in terms of maybe job opportunities, good salaries that will make people to eat well.
The workshop challenges participants to share the knowledge gained with other members of the community who participated in the research and also take responsibility for personal application of the findings of the Valiant project.
You're watching Newsroom series. Coming up, the federal government unveils a new vice chancellor for the Federal University of Ekiti in Ekiti State. Please stay with us. Welcome back. The federal government has unveiled Professor Joshua Ogun as the new Vice Chancellor for the Federal University of Ekiti State